Viewer discretion is advised. Your fave will be criticized.
That's Chris.
That's Jan.
And welcome to CCTV, the nonstop pop show.
And today we're going to discuss Nuest's latest title track, Inside Out. So after over a year since their last Korean comeback, Nuest is finally back with the track Inside Out from their second full-length album, Romanticize. Yay! So, do you like Nuest?
Yes, I do like Nuest. I mean, if you haven't seen our Nuest 101, where we talked about their whole discography and their whole career, you should definitely check that out because it's good, honey. It's good. Very much like this song and this group. I have to say, Becco, he my baby daddy or whatever. He don't know it yet, but he my baby daddy or whatever. And Mr. Junior Royale, he could get it. Okay. They looked really good. Like all of them, but those two in particular. I mean, Ren looks good too, but those two, I'd let them. Both of them. Hashtag sin sandwich.
I mean, I agree.
Yep.
Okay, but so anyway, before we get, so yes, I love them too. I'm a big fan. I'm really excited. I finally got to like take part in a comeback.
Oh, that's right.
Anyway, so before we get into the song though, the album, I did get a chance to listen to it a couple times. It is really good. It is really good. The whole theme of romanticism and kind of the different ways to interpret that, I think was really well done. So yes, you should listen to the album. But anyway, let's talk about the song. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Let's get to it. Welcome to Is It Boppin'? Here, we listen to the song and discuss the production, the lyrics, the video, and everything in between. So let's find out, is it a bop or a flop? This song was written by Becco, JR, Bumzu, G-High, Inner Child. Both of them are from Mono Tree. Jay and Rudy, and also Anchor from Prism Filter. So Chris, what do you think about this song?
It's good. It's good. I was a little thrown off by the sudden start. It just starts with a vocal right away. So the first time I was like, whoa. But yeah, in general, like the production is super slick. Like as we mentioned previously, they really found their sound, this future bass, very subtle kind of thing that Bumzu has really developed well with Becco.
Right.
But yeah, the production is just so good. It's just a really great balance. It's just very pleasant to the ear. Yeah.
Super lush. I agree. I like the intro. I think the isolated vocals really stood out to me because it's like it gave me tagline. It was like, remember this part, you're going to hear it again. And of course, it came around again in the chorus. I love intros like that. Sometimes they're not done well, but this one was done in a really nice way where in the beginning, the choruses, and at the end. So I really did like that. I have to say, like the pounding bass and the plucky synths as it's going through its intro. Oh man, it sets up a nice little scene because you don't know what the song is going to do after that. And like you said, there's so much to listen to. It was absolute ear candy. It was just like you were going through Candyland of like an audio experience at this point because there's so many little Easter eggs of sounds that I was not expecting for sure. The production is super lush.
Yeah, love the little flourishes. There's a ton of different sounds that only show up like once or twice in the song. So yeah, each time you listen to it, you kind of hear something different. I will have to say, even though the intro threw me off the first time, now that I know it's coming, I do like it. And I love that the song ends the exact same way.
Yeah, it has like a good resolution. It's almost like this is, it definitely told a story, like one bun, another bun. This is your perfect sandwich. I know it's really weird. I'm talking about sandwiches.
Loving the sandwiches.
Yeah, but I think the vocals on this one were interesting in a way. Nothing crazy dynamic. Like they're not known for harmonies, but there are some little harmonies here and there that are really just nice and pleasant to the ear and help supplement the lead vocal. Like the person that really stood out to me the most though vocally was definitely JR. He had so many different dynamics in his own vocal in this song. Like there's like the pre where he's singing that lower tone, the second verse with the rap, the bridge with the singing. Like he just kept giving it to you and kept giving it to you. His lower tone introduced that little drill sound to like I don't even know how to duplicate it with my mouth. Usually I try, but I can't.
Yeah, the right before the chorus hits, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I do have to shout out JR because he did mention actually in some interviews that like this is throughout the whole album, actually, he's singing way more than he ever did before. And he sounds really, really good. I especially love when he does you're the one that I want, like that hook. He does it in the octave lower than every other member. And I know high notes tend to be the ones that people pay attention to, the ones that people give attention to.
Right.
But no, and low notes can be just as effective, if not more, when they're used
Come
right.
on now. Yes.
Yeah.
I heard it before I watched the video. I kind of have my eyes closed because I have dry eyes, y'all. So I was doing a little eye treatment, so my ears were just really wide open. And when I heard that, oh my gosh, between the pre-hook that gave you all the swells of the synths and everything, that future bassist iconic swelling sounds and synths, there was like ooey gooiness there, and there's a subtle whoomp, whoomp, whoomp. And then all of a sudden you hear the chorus, and then you're the one I want, you're the one I want. I sat there like, oh, excuse me, is this what the gates of heaven sound like? Or somewhere else if you're into that. But anyway, the chorus is deceptive in the simple melody, but the production, like you said, introduces so many different more sounds. I think this is probably like one of my faves from them again, but it's because they found a sound that they do really well. And again, like I said in our 101, you can have all these groups in there. This song, it's not like a rabid dog, but this song is mature. It's has great dynamic, and there's no other word except just really satisfying to listen to. It doesn't feel like they were trying to force themselves to be really dark. It didn't sound like they were trying to force themselves to sound really bright. It sounded mature, age appropriate, and it could possibly be timeless because a lot of groups aren't really trying to do future bass. They're doing like 70s retro, which is fine. But they decided to kind of stay on the course of what they did with I'm in Trouble and the song before that. So I appreciated it.
Yes. Yeah, I think the vocal delivery all sounds very relaxed, but there is a longing in there. Like there is a pain in there for all five of them. Like I think they did a really good job of that kind of subtle feeling. And so the song, they mentioned that they were really proud of how the lyrics progressed because the song is about the different emotions that someone feels after a breakup, going from, you're not caring and ready to move on to then wanting them back and wishing you were still with them. So I think that's it was done very smartly, and you can hear it in their vocal delivery as well.
I agree. Side note, Minhyuk's, wow. Minhyun's falsetto.
Oh,
he was the one that was crying, but like in a good way. He was like, I was like, oh my gosh, amazing.
Oh, he is still, I said this in the other video, but yeah, if I could sing, that would be the voice that I want. I want his voice. Like he is such a beautiful tone. Oh man.
Yeah. So
all
kudos
right.
for him.
So yes. Let's talk about the video.
Oh.
We've watched the video a few times together before we did this. So what did you think?
It was a viewing party. And then, so anyway, I was so very much into this video that I didn't even like pay attention to the title of the song. Like I saw the teaser photos, but that's all I saw were the photos. Like I wasn't trying to figure out what the song was called. I didn't read no captions. So when I saw that the song came out, I clicked it instantly. And it's safe to say I was turned out by Inside Out. So I was like, damn. Y'all look good. And again, I'm not trying to objectify them. Like we all know they're talented, but I'm gonna keep it real. They looked delectable.
I mean, they know it too. They have said themselves, I think Ren actually said it earlier, like in an interview when this came out, like they are a group of 5 visuals. So that is that's one of the great things about them, is that all 5 of them are very good looking. That's just like part of their appeal. So
yes. Oh, I agree. But aside from them looking good, I'll get off that little soapbox. There was a lot of symbolism in this video, and it's hard to name them all. But if you look, I thought it was the number 8 on this pool ball, but it's the infinity symbol, and it's on the pool ball. It's in Minhyun's eyes. It's on a domino. And I could be stretching here, but I feel like maybe the infinity symbol perhaps meant like they would be always connected in some kind of way, or maybe the feelings would always kind of be there. Like there's an infinite amount of love I have for this person, that's why I can't let them go. Um, and maybe the dominoes represent the inevitability of a breakup, because they just, when they were dancing, they're falling. When they're in between scenes, you can see the dominoes falling. The pool ball is going into a basically into a corner pocket, and it doesn't go anywhere except to the basically the sunken place where Aaron is. So like everything was very just like very symbolic. I mean, if anybody has any kind of like theory, let us know in the comments. We would love to hear what the loves have to say about it. Also there's a statue, or that slab of
Sculpture.
stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Becco was like, chipping away at. I think it's interesting because it gave me very much like Pygmalion. It's like a Greek mythology about how a man sculpted a woman and asked Aphrodite to make her everything he wanted.
Right.
But maybe this version of the person that Becco wanted didn't come to fruition. I don't know. I'm not the person who directed it, but that's my little theory with that one.
He does angrily like smash it afterwards, or smash things. What did you think of Minhyun and the fur covered pool table though? Because I don't really get how that kind of falls into it. I feel like with Ren and JR, like they had the girl there, it kind of made more sense, but I didn't fully understand that. Although he, it was a cool scene.
True. Honestly, I feel like Minhyun was may have been like a angelic bystander. I don't know. I mean, he looked good. I mean, he was the one hitting the pool balls.
Yeah.
That sounded so weird. It looks crazy on camera too. But yeah, he was the one hitting the pool balls. And I think he was the one playing with the dominoes, and he was seeing a lot of the infinity in his eyes. So maybe he was, I don't know. Maybe he was just telling the story of the breakup. He was the one causing things to fall apart. I don't know.
Interesting.
When he looked good. He was writhing on that table. I was like, wrath, honey, wrath.
Yeah, I was really into the styling, the whole kind of faux rocker kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where it all kind of looks slightly raggedy, but not obviously. What'd you think of all the new hair?
Okay, I will say this. They look good. I wasn't expecting JR and Becco to kind of basically switch hair colors, but honey, again, the sandwich strikes again. And they looked great. You found something on Twitter about their hair though, about Ren's hair being blue and
so there's this really great photo that Ren tweeted of a fan edit of them as Jesse and James from Pokemon, and Aaron is Meowth, and it's perfect.
Poor Aaron. Can you imagine you're on a hiatus, you come back and you see this crap? It's like, I come back to this teasing. But yeah, I think they all looked really good. And again, it's like they aged really well. Yeah. They looked so good. And even some of the choreography, like in the video, they were dancing inside this museum. The camera work was great. The camera work was just it wasn't jarring in the point where you're like, okay, is this too much? This is like, but it definitely felt like some type of inner turmoil was being visualized depicted with the camera. So I definitely like the video for that as well.
Yeah. And then we were just talking about Aaron, and it's great to see him back. He is back from a hiatus for his mental health. I think he's not doing all the promotions, but he actually wasn't in the dance scenes in the video. And they did a really good job hiding that, because he actually wasn't in the dance video parts of Bet either. And I thought they did a horrible job hiding that with that one. So with this one, they did a really good job. If you're not actually watching that carefully, you won't actually notice. So
because I didn't.
Right.
Until we talked about it.
Oh man. So what did you think of the choreo?
Okay, so there's a lot of things going on, but there's interesting pictures in the choreo. I love them on the floor. I like floor work when I choreograph, but the problem is getting up, So there's a lot of floor work with this. And I will have to say, they were doing like little leg kicks and flicks and stuff like that. Roller coaster Chung Ha is queen in her boots. Okay, she did a little cute little thing, but they went up to her, say they flipped their legs, twisted underneath.
Also, the little subtle things are actually the harder to do.
Exactly.
Like their little foot thing that, like that's actually hard to be very clean, especially when they have a ton of background dancers too. So and I love that they, like the song, they started and ended the same way on the floor.
Yeah. Because they were doing a lot of like elbow isolation. So they had to like drop the hand, drop the elbow, drop the shoulder. And I was thinking, oh, wow, it's easy to mess that up.
Yes.
Especially if you're not really paying attention. I like that they were dancing their solo parts with the background dancers, very a la I'm in Trouble. Like, hey, this is us introducing each part of the song. And then when the pre came in, and what was it, Min and Aaron? I'm not saying Minhyun's full name right now, but Min and Aaron's little combo, their arms started to intertwine and they touched fingers. So it looked not like an infinity symbol, but it definitely gave it to me. Like, oh, this is like the video. But one of the highlights rather for me was JR putting his foot on Minhyun. Honey, put your foot on me. Step on my leg too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say I'm not into the whole kind of bias thing usually, but JR would be that for me. Because all his little solo parts, he's really good. But the point dance of this choreo is the sexy
Another
shoulder.
hand tappy. Yes.
That they call it the sexy shoulder dance, I think. Love it. Again, back, it's like I'm in Trouble. It's those little subtle movements. And it's
not that.
Yeah, and they do have some intricate moments. There's some tutting in there. There's some like really intricate footwork. But they make it look very effortless, very smooth. Yeah, I don't know who the choreographer is, so if any of you guys do know, let us know, because I would love to credit them properly.
For sure,
But yeah, I also enjoyed a lot of, like you mentioned, some of the kind of duo trio moments, but they do create some nice pictures, and I think they do it in almost every combination possible.
Yes. All the ships are definitely sailing.
And there's a lot of things that take teamwork. Like if you're like looping into someone's arm, like if their arm is slightly off, that'll mess the other person up too, right? So it was nice to kind of see that teamwork between them. Yeah,
sure, for sure. And like you said, with the footwork, there's a lot of moments, I think, because they're not swinging their arms and jumping off each other's backs. It's hard. Am I throwing shade? Yes, honey. It's a full on eclipse. It's hard to notice, but if you watch their feet, the feet are going, and there's glides, there's like little, there's a lot of good footwork. There's some combinations I'm like, I want to try. So yeah, again, like you said, with the head tapping, the head tapping from I'm in Trouble to this little wobble. Yeah. You done learned it already, y'all.
I'm ready. I need to learn this entire thing.
Oh yeah, you should do like a little relay. You should do all the nuest choruses. But yeah, so overall, how would you rate this song?
Oh, I don't know. I was gonna say a 9, but we've now we just listened to this like 20 times in a row before we filmed this. I think it's getting up there, man. I may give this a 10.
Oh
yeah, I think it's really good. Like I think it's an amazing progression of their sound. Yeah. How about you?
Same. I was sitting there at a 9, and then I was like, oh, should I give him a 10? Should I give him a 10? Oh God. So my final choice is, okay, hang on. Is this okay? This is so like unlike us. Usually I can kind of come up with something. Not really. That's a lie, because usually you have to
that
cut
is
out
totally a lie. We usually cut out like 2 minutes of silence while she just sits there thinking.
I'm being exposed, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between. But okay, comparatively to their other tracks, is this what we're going by, or is this like fresh ears? I'm sorry.
Well,
I know
to me, it's like within their discography.
Okay. I gave it a 10.
Yes.
So what's next for nuest?
You know what? This is everything I wanted from them. I think, as I said, this is the first comeback I've experienced actually, as a fan. So it's been fun just watching all the teasers and stuff, and it's been exciting for me. And they claim that they have a ton of stuff that they prepared. So I'm excited. I hope there's a virtual concert. That fan meet or whatever wasn't enough for me. And that 20-minute set at that beat at that height, big hit, whatever it's called now, High B.
Yeah.
Their Christmas concert, that was not enough either. I need a full 2-hour moment.
Oh yes, give it to them.
But also time. Like, please, more than one comeback in a year. Like, do a mini album at the end, because like this whole 1-year break was
that's a bit much. Yeah, no, I agree. I hope they give me some R&B. I I love me some future bass, especially when it's done right, because a lot of groups are starting to depart from that. So they could stand out
Mhm.
as the group that kind of just maintains it. And they're at that really sweet spot for ages. Like for a lot of people who got into like what second gen, third gen, we're all like mature now. So we can listen to this and not feel like, oh God, this is louder or oh God, this is immature. So they're like in a really sweet spot. And if they keep making songs like this, you know, I feel like they can have a even longer career, especially now with the whole like what's the word for it? Like not resurgence of fans, but like more people are more interested now and they're part of like the whole machine of B hype B.
Hi B.
Sorry. So they're part of that whole machine now. So I'm hoping that with songs like this, they can continue to they can up the ante now because they have this little chill reputation. So people who might be just now getting into them may not want to listen to some of their older, cheesier things. Hey, I said what I said. Love them.
David and Goliath.
Yeah. Ooh, but yeah, hopefully if they decide to up the ante and give you some a little bit more of like a confidence, because they've been doing this heartbroken love thing. I'm hoping for some like, you know, you want me kind of music. I would love.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
yes. I'm into that.
I'm gonna leave it at that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that though.
Before we end this, I do need to shout out the song "Don't Want to Go."
Oh,
we were listening to that one as well. Oh, so good. This album is so good. I'm excited to actually properly get into it. But anyway,
let us know what you all think of this song in the comments below. Let us know if you have any theories about certain things. If we missed something, definitely inform us. We would love to know what this video was about because I was definitely distracted by all the fineness. So please make sure to give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell. And don't forget to follow us at CCTV Pops on everything. And until next time, that's Chris.
That's Jan.
And we are CCTV.
Bye.
All right, ready?
Today we're going to discuss nuest. Wow.
So this song is written by. I would let this man. I don't know what, but I'd let him. Oh, they're fighting. What did you say?
That was fun.
That was fun.